Oh, there's Pam. Got that.
No Carl yet.
No Carl.
Possible in the next few hours.
I'll keep this up though, so we can keep an eye on it
Okay, well,
if you want.
what we're gonna have to do then is,
We can delay the minutes.
You can table the meeting minutes, or you can just wait and do them a little bit later in the meeting. If you join, you can do it towards the end. After all the other business.
Okay,
you can go ahead.
maybe I'll do that then.
Just shake up the agenda.
Welcome, everyone. This is the planning board meeting of March 25th, 2025. I'm just going to ask anybody that is going to be speaking on behalf of one of their public hearings to be sure you come to the microphone so that we can hear you and everyone else can hear you. Is the microphone on?
Nope, we're gonna turn it off.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so normally we would go through and approve our minutes, but we're going to delay that because we are missing a couple people tonight. So we are going to go right to our,
Let's do roll call.
oh,
Roll call first.
okay.
Okay, so member Moise.
Here.
Member Wolcott
Here.
and Chairman Brown, Chairperson Brown. Sorry.
Here, sorry, I'm jumping the gun. Thank you. Now we'll go to our public hearing. Marjorie, will you read the public hearing notification for 2025 2P?
Yes. Notice is hereby given that pursuant to the provisions of the Town of Rush and 274A and 274B of the town law, a public hearing will be held by the Planning Board of the Town of Rush at the Rush Town Hall, 5977 East Henrietta Road, Rush, New York, on March 25th, 2025 at 7:05 PM to hear all persons interested in the following applications. Application number 2025-2P by the Afghan Empowerment and Development Community of Rochester for a special permit to establish a support center for the local Afghan community. The parcel is located at 45 High Tech Drive, Rush, New York, 14543, with a tax parcel ID number of 202.01-1-28 and is zoned limited industrial.
All right. We can open the public hearing. And do I have a representative from the Afghan Empowerment and Development of
Yeah.
Rochester? Hi.
My name is Anthony Scalia.
Okay.
I represent this center. I'm an attorney at Dawson Law Firm. Here to speak in support of the project. So we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. We submitted our application in support. The center is very excited about the proposed location. Thinks it's a great fit for the community there in High Tech Drive. It fits in with the zoning requirements. And it just seems like a very nice fit. The client, my client is not intending to make any major changes to rearrange the building. There's no need for increased parking or traffic. So it really should not disturb anything as it was in the past. It shouldn't create any more traffic or any issues such as that. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
I think the big thing that we were just wondering is just the events, the type of events, maybe sizes of, we're just looking at, there's cultural events, religious events. What?
So the center right now is still kind of up and coming, it's relatively new. So it does not have a large membership. There's no immediate plans or intent to have large gatherings beyond, I believe my client mentioned, maybe around 50, 55 people, which should not disturb. It's less than the occupancy given the size of the building. So there's no immediate plans for any extra large gatherings, and I did see that the MRB group did propose notifying the town if there were gonna be any events that might be larger than that, and my client is more than happy to do that. So it doesn't have any immediate concerns that amount of people will be an issue.
Okay, and use of the building, there won't be any overnight uses either? It's
The
just,
office space and gathering space, but no dwelling space.
okay, Mac,
Just could you elaborate a little bit? You said the goal or the maximum occupancy being close to that 50 or 55 people. Is
So
that
I don't believe that that's the fire code occupancy. My understanding, and I can bring her up here to answer, is that she was asked, what do you think
Yeah.
you might see
Okay.
there? And that's where she came up with that number. I'm actually not sure what the fire code occupancy number is.
okay? Just as far as, I guess, the goal of growing your membership and the occupancy.
Yeah, there is a
after
goal,
your-
but to do that, but I would imagine if, the thing blew up and there were 7, 8 times the membership, that they would look at additional locations or something like that, wouldn't try to shove them all into one.
Understood. Thank you.
Chuck, did you get a chance?
I have no.
Is there any comments from,
My name is Rebecca.
can you please come to?
Oh, sure, sorry.
My name is Rebecca Guali. We're owners of the business park, Windmark Development. So anyhow, I just want to let them know that I am a big supporter of any new business that comes in, especially to that building. The big concern I have is how it looks right now. And, we had to have the town mow the lawn. It's an eyesore. So what improvements are you making?
It's all right.
It doesn't seem like it's
You-
working.
You can talk
Yeah.
this way and then we'll,
Yeah.
whatever questions you have.
So anyways, that's what I want to make sure that it's an eyesore. The current owners haven't done anything to it. Nobody's mowing it. The pavement's all cracked with weeds all around it. I don't know what the inside looks like, but I'm just hoping that they're going to be maintaining it, painting it, whatever. That's what I wanted to find out.
And you're with,
So we have, we own the development and it's Rush Meadows LLC. We own the land right next to it. So that was my biggest issue, really. I just want to make sure it's going to be improved. It's not going to be used, the way it is, it's fine with office space and gatherings. I don't have a problem with that, but it needs to be updated, the outside and maintained. And what does it fall under? My only concern was in the code, number 2, retail and service type commercial businesses. What is it falling under? The main thing I'm worried about is where it says commercial uses are permitted but are limited to no more than 30% of the land area in the limited industrial district. So I just want to make sure, like, this building, their use isn't taking away from, if I have a retail user that I want to put in the park, you know what I mean? That 30% limit.
right, so we have to quantify that total number. And as long as it doesn't go over that
Mhm.
30% for these other uses outside of light industrial.
Yeah, so I mean, we have, the dance studio in there. That was a problem before, when the code officer came. So then they changed it, the code. So I guess that's what that's unanswered. I want to make sure that we're not going to be limited with retail and service type businesses because they're going to be using this as a community center.
So I guess what I'm hearing is you want to bring in more retail?
Maybe if we have a customer that wants to build some type of retail, I'm not sure yet. Maybe, retail on the bottom, commercial on the top, something like that. So, I mean,
Because their square footage of whatever they're using within that building. I don't think they're using the whole building.
No,
If
they do plan to.
use the whole building, okay, so that whole building would fall under within that 30%. So I guess we have to verify where we're at with
Yeah.
that 30%.
Yeah, and that's, I guess, for future, I mean, you change the code once, I guess, if I come with another project, we always want to improve Rush and bring businesses, so I'm hoping that, you'll expand that number, I guess, raise that number.
And there's no reason you wouldn't be able to go to seek a variance for a new
Yeah.
business coming in. That would be opportunity. It wouldn't be necessarily before this board, it would be before the ZBA, but
Yeah.
you certainly would be, that would be an opportunity to come before that board and
Right.
request relief from the code
Yeah.
for a particular use. And, again, part of the analysis could be, we've got this, this organization here, you've got somebody coming in, that would just be part of the determination, part of the case, and then
Okay.
the ZBA can make that determination, grant variance or not, but that you would certainly have an opportunity to bring somebody else in,
Okay.
even if it's, skews the numbers a little bit, a variance.
Okay.
opportunity.
Okay, great.
So I guess what I will defer to with respect to maintenance, I guess I will ask.
Sure, okay. Thank you. So I'll address a couple of those points. So as to the maintenance, yes, I have seen that the property is not in great shape right now, but certainly my client will be using this as a gathering place, a source of pride for the community, and certainly has every intent to beautify it and make it inviting and aesthetically pleasing. Not to mention, there's obviously town regulations and codes about the appearance, and I'm sure that the previous owner was in violation when they didn't maintain it, and my client has no intention of being in violation of any such rules regarding the appearance. And then to the second part about the justification of the use in this district, just quickly to respond, we listed that the proposed use fits under support services, administrative offices, and nonprofit businesses, clubs used in such districts, and the letter from MRB, the analysis concluded that it was in compliance with the zoning.
Right, I believe that, I guess the bigger concern is on the maintenance of the building, so you're gonna be leasing the building or owning the building?
They'll be owning it.
Owning the building, so you will be doing the upgrades
Sure.
to bring it up to, I guess more pleasurable looking out there than what it is. It sounds like it, I haven't driven out there in a while, so I can't.
If it doesn't meet, I mean, they have no intention to make it unattractive or unesthetically pleasing, and if it isn't up to code, then they obviously have an obligation to make those changes if they intend to.
Okay. Mac, anything else? Chuck?
There's another facility in Rush, so when they have gatherings, River Road and down the road, if it get to be big groups of people, have a little problem over on East River Road with loud music, and so that becomes, some of the neighbors have issues, so when you have events, we still have to follow the same, kind of rules like everyone else does, that, because that is a problem.
Understood.
So,
All right, is there any other comments? Okay,
What's the plan for, is there any plans for expansion or?
No, as I said, they recently, just kind of getting underway, and if they outgrow the facility, they outgrow the facility. They're not gonna try and, fit themselves in if they don't.
all right. Well, I don't have any more questions. I don't see Carl on there.
He's, I just hung up with him, he's trying to log in, he's having trouble with the links.
Do you want me to wait a minute to see if we can get him the,
Just one.
sorry, we have a member who is remote tonight, so we're just trying to make sure they're connected.
I mean, he's not showing up in the participants, so.
He's not, he can't, he's having trouble. So,
Okay.
the link on here,
We do it on speaker though?
I don't know whether I can have him on a phone line or if he has to be on a Zoom. I could call him. We will. I thought she had what she needed to send to him. Do you, Marjorie, or no?
She's trying to get him.
'Cause I can call him on the phone.
That may be just.
Hmm.
That may be just
Mike-
as easy.
See here.
Hopefully my battery is good for that one.
If need be, I can, 'cause I've got.
You want me to call him, Marjorie?
Get this. Oh. Here we go. See what-
Go ahead and call him, and then if we can send him this as well, then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Carl.
Hey, Carl, it's Karen. We're gonna have you.
Hello.
Can you hear me, Carl?
It's Carl.
Hi, Carl.
Hi.
It's Karen.
Thanks.
Sorry, we're having trouble with the link. You're on
Yes.
speaker, so we're gonna have you on speaker right now. We opened the public hearing for the Afghan empowerment. And
Okay.
we've gotten public comment, but I wanted to see if you had comments that you would like to make.
I do.
Okay, Can-
Okay.
can everybody hear him or no?
Hold on one second. Tell them I'm just about to.
Marjorie's retrained the link.
Yeah, he sent me one from December,
Oh,
so that's why it's not working. Just- For that original email.
So was there a presentation on the special
permit,
permit?
yes, they did. You wanna, they're gonna go over it one more time for
You
you.
want me to like re-present it?
Or
I
if
can
you,
answer questions.
you can answer questions.
Yeah, I guess if it's that much different than what was written up in the application.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
We did ask some questions regarding, their usage and how many people would be in the building and, with respect to events and nothing overnight. Then we also have a representative from the owner of the overall Rush Meadows LLC and expressed concern with the existing maintenance of the building and if that was going to be kept up better, and also with respect to our 30% total of other than light industrial in this light industrial development.
Okay.
So
All right,
we have Anthony Scalia here representing the Afghan Empowerment Unit. So if you have questions, you can ask some questions.
okay. All right. Well, I guess my first question is where is the concentration of the people that would be coming to this place?
The concentration meaning,
Yeah, I mean, are they here in Rush?
I believe it's the overall area, but it's not gonna be a large number of people. I don't know if everybody's from Rush. I would assume.
And well, not everybody, but where are they coming
Rush
from? Are they
Henrietta
not?
area.
And
Rush,
how are they getting,
Rush
how are they
Henrietta,
getting there?
Rush Henrietta, and transportation wise, is it your own vehicles?
I mean, I assume they'll take, that we don't have
They're-
knowledge of how they're going to get there, but if it's regarding concern about too many cars there, we don't anticipate that based on how many.
No, it's a concern, just all right, my biggest concern is the way the application was written was a very hard sell. I mean, and that to me raised some red flags as far as why is it such a hard sell describing everything in so much detail that it just seemed as though, has this group applied in other towns for the same type of purpose and been denied?
No, the group is relatively new. And
Okay,
it is building their center. And this is where they want to do.
all right, so they have not been denied special permits or any site plan for any other towns? Okay. But they are mainly in the Rush Henrietta area, and that's. So, I mean,
Yes,
are people coming from the city? They're coming from Webster? Are they coming from, far away to congregate in this area?
There's certainly no plans to like bring in people from far and wide. I mean, I don't think that they plan to deny people if they happen to be coming from further away, but that's certainly not anticipated. Wouldn't be the only place, in
Monroe County, Greater Rochester.
I mean, it's possible, but there's no plans to like solicit people to come from far away or anything like that, so that this becomes overcrowded or anything like that.
Okay, I just, I didn't, it was, put in the, obviously in our code, you address these issues as far as, proposed use is not detrimental to the neighborhood or community, general well-being of the neighborhood and community in harmony with possible future development. These are all parts of, that come under that, the special permit. So I'm, when it was written so well and tried to cover all the bases, it almost had the opposite effect for me. Like, well, what are they hiding? What's going on? So and that's my issue. That's why it just seemed like such a hard sell for such a simple, possibility. So that's why I'm questioning, just to make sure that, we are not having, outdoor barbecues with 200 people and this type of thing. And I just want to make sure it is specifically or explicitly what they describe or what you describe in the proposed use. So that's my concern.
Okay, can I answer any other specific questions on those concerns or?
there's multiple representatives from it. I'm assuming from the Afghan community here. So, I mean,
Yep.
they're here, to answer
I
answer
get
any
what you're saying.
questions.
So if it is, I guess just, I guess the one question I would have just to finish would be why this location?
Well, I mean, it fits the bill. What was the question? Why this?
Why this location?
I mean, it fits the bill. There are local people that, like she said, most are from Rush Henrietta. And it worked. both with the character of High Tech Drive and with the desired use of the center.
Okay. That's all the questions I have.
Thanks,
Thank you
Carl.
very much.
Carl, are you're on now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so
Uh,
I'm gonna turn my phone off because I think
Yep.
you can speak through the Zoom now.
Will do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Any other comments?
Might go to the mic.
I just think it, it shouldn't be a concern, if they do have a barbecue for 200 people, they have it on a Saturday, they have it after hours. I have people after hours coming to the dance studio. We don't have a problem with it. They're not gonna be crowding our business park, so I don't think they're gonna be throwing wild parties. Problems, so, like I said, I'm in support. I think it'll be a good thing for our park, and I'm looking forward to them doing well.
Thank you. All right, I do have, now I'll read down through the resolutions that we received. I do have a resolution from the Conservation Board that was on March 13th, 2025. Resolution for the Afghan Empowerment of Rochester on motion of Deputy Chairwoman Liederman, second by Member Woolever. The following resolution was approved for yes, 0 nays. Resolved, the application was reviewed by the board and they approved the project, and with the following questions, comments. We have concerns as to whether the septic system is adequate for large events, and if not, what provisions would be in place. Question 9, in the environmental assessment form, applicant indicates that the project does not meet energy code requirements. Matt, can you address that? Yeah, I don't,
My understanding is that the existing structure with no proposed renovation modifications at this time. So. I mean, I assume upon issuance of a special use permit, there would be a site visit made. For a condition, certainly the board can require a condition that there be a site visit made by either the building inspector or code enforcement officer to ensure compliance with all New York State and local code. That would assuage any concerns as to, compliance with current electrical codes, then that would be my recommendation on how to.
okay, thank you. Marjorie, did we have one from the fire commissioners?
I talked with the fire marshal today and he said they did not have any issues with either project.
I double check the code. We do have, because the special permit, it does call out for the county planning recommendations. We do have to hold it.
So we do have to hold,
we do have to
okay.
Continue it, same.
All right. So what was brought to our attention today, we, with all our permits and the applications, they go to the Monroe County Development, Monroe County Development, and we need to have a write-off or an approval from them before we can move forward with a final resolution. We need to have that before we could do a final resolution for either acceptance or, for final approval of this special permit. So what we're gonna have to do is table our final decision until next month. Once we should have receipt by April 3rd.
So we'll stay in
So we're
touch.
gonna,
Yes.
and we'll keep the record open for written comment until
April 3rd.
And then that way, if the county doesn't provide any comment, basically they don't have a recommendation, so we can proceed, move forward. It's just 30-day window, so just want to make sure that window is passed or we receive their recommendations. So the public, we can keep the public hearing open for written comments until the 3rd. And then if nothing else is received after the 3rd, then at the next board meeting, the board can take action.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for your time.
So at this time, I am going to
Make a motion to.
Make a motion to-
Keep the record open, keep the public hearing open for written comment until April 3rd.
okay. I make a motion to keep the
Keep the
public hearing open and
written
for
comment.
written comment until April 3rd, 2025, and then after that, a final decision can be made in our meeting of April,
It will be the 22nd.
April 22nd.
I'll second that.
Thank you.
All right, Member Moise.
Aye.
Member Wolka.
Aye.
And Chairperson Brown. And Deputy Chairman Ast.
Hi. Thank you, Karen. Before you move on, I got one thing. So I sent, I had a couple comments on the meeting minutes. I
We
must
haven't
have.
gotten to those, Carl. We were.
Oh.
waiting for you, so we will do that.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
We moved things around just to see if you were gonna be able to get on, so we didn't want to.
okay, appreciate that. Yeah, sorry about for the,
For the quorum anyway, for that purpose.
gosh, you guys are so accommodating.
Technology, Carl, technology. All right, so, and then I didn't vote yet, Marjorie.
Oh, and Chairperson Brown.
Aye. All right, so we've gone around. So now that'll be next month, correct?
Yes.
All right, Marjorie, will you read the public hearing notification for 2025 3P Costage Engineering for Nancy Hughes lot line alteration?
Yes.
Thank you.
Notice is hereby given that pursuant to the provisions of the town of Rush and 274A and 274B of the town law, a public hearing will be held by the planning board of the town of Rush at the Rush Town Hall, 5977 East Henrietta Road, Rush, New York, on March 25th, 2025, at 7:05 PM to hear all persons interested in the following applications. Application number 2025-3P, a subdivision application for lot line alterations by Costage Engineering for Nancy Hughes to adjust sizes of 3 adjacent lots. The parcels are located at 1215, 1221, and 1225 Telephone Road, Rush, New York, with a tax parcel ID number of 201.03-1-11.1 and are zoned residential.
So we can open the public hearing. And we have from Costage Engineering.
Yes, my name is Mike Ritchie from Costage Engineering, representing the owner. We're here tonight requesting technically the subdivision approval for the lot line adjustment of 3 lots. A subdivision map was prepared and submitted for review. I brought a copy of that just for visual purposes, tried to highlight it just to show kind of what the intent is here. The application is not for any physical changes to the property, again, just lot line adjustment. We're proposing to increase the size of lot 3 by decreasing the sizes of lot 1 and 2 as shown. The orange is the existing extent of lot 2 and lot 1. And those are getting pushed back slightly to give more land to lot 3. By doing this adjustment, it doesn't change any of the zoning criteria, it doesn't create a need for any variances. So that is our request. We did receive a few comments from MRB group. We believe most of those have already been addressed on the plan that was submitted. And then we would, confirm that it does meet all Monroe County, filing requirements prior to that. So I'd be happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Okay, so let me get my MRB comments out.
Yeah, I apologize. I did not have this copy of the subdivision plan.
Okay,
A lot of my comments were relative to just like a preliminary plat. So it very well likely that a lot of those comments are addressed in this copy that.
so let's go down through them and then we can confirm that, right? Okay, so this looks on the short environmental form. It looks, include the name of the action of the project. I have not looked at the updated form. Did you miss?
It have a name of the action. It really isn't the act. I mean, it would be lot line adjustment.
Okay,
And
so,
I think it was stated kind of in the narrative of the description of what we're requesting.
okay,
I mean, that can be amended if need be.
I'm gonna defer that to Matt, since
Yeah.
it was his comment.
It's just for that. Really have significant concerns regarding the lack of title on the for EAF.
Okay,
As far as it has bearing on the environmental impacts of the
okay.
proposed act. If
So we'll leave it as is what?
you wish to, I have to.
Okay, I don't. I think it's pretty
Fairly minor.
minor.
Yes, I agree.
Let's see, then existing conditions map should be included with a preliminary plat. Which I think that is, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a combo.
Yeah.
I mean, it is an existing conditions map, and what maybe wasn't clearly identified is the dotted lines is representing the existing lot lines where they are today. That the intent for filings to show how it will be.
Okay,
So, and again, any comments that we have, if the board wants to condition any comments on approval, we're more than likely to work with MRB, make sure that all their comments are addressed.
again, I'll go to Matt if it's clear what's being done. I guess what I'm hearing you say, Matt, is you wanted two maps, one with.
Well, this is fine, as long as I'm to understand. So the dotted line is what is existing now.
Correct,
And so that lot two is now. Lot
Small.
two, as it presently exists, is that orange, like the yellow with the orange outline, and it's now being consolidated to cut off that piece.
Yep, just sliding it back a little.
Which is then becoming part of lot 1-3. And then lot one is like that whole triangle
Yeah.
piece of the
Yep.
southwest corner, and then that is then being consolidated all the lot.
I know, look,
That,
Oh, no, I was leaning to the side. I didn't want my, I think I was sitting on their shoulder.
so I know, so that's what we were
so,
last month when we were looking at it, we were trying to fully understand.
so that's clear to me, and I think that's a thing.
Okay.
A comment
Okay.
from my perspective, it's up to you whether you find it clear, if you want it more clearly depicted on a separate map.
No, for my sake, I think it's understood as long as the legend, in the legend, it tells that the dotted line is for the former parcel line, so I'm comfortable with that.
Yep.
It's evident that that's what they're doing.
So the plan now matches the key.
Correct, yes, which last month you're right, Carl. We were trying to, I think there was a little bit of the dimension of each lot line as well as front, rear, and side setbacks for each lot should be shown in the preliminary plat.
And they are.
They are. Okay. And we meet all the setbacks. In accordance with the Town of Rush subdivision and site plan application checklist, the following items will need to be added to the preliminary plat. All pertinent Monroe County subdivision map checklist requirements for filing in the Monroe County clerks.
Yep, and we have actually submitted this over to our surveyor's office, and they're ready to accept the map.
Okay.
Which is sufficient for me.
Yep. The zoning district of the parcel and any other legal restrictions on use and the relationship of ag districts in the town master plan. And your comment,
That's just one of the, that's just a subdivision site plan.
Yeah.
Checklist.
Yeah, and the zoning district of the parcel is
Yeah.
listed in the site data.
Yep.
I don't know, if, you know, obviously a full, title and abstract was done and reviewed for this. But we do, review the deeds that are provided to us and typically provide all encumbrances, easements and the like on the map prior to following, to meet the county requirements.
and names and owners of adjacent lands and tax account numbers, it looks like those are on there. Yep. Existing streets immediately adjoining and also on there. Applicable general notes on pages 9 and 10 of the Rush Town of Rush subdivision application form.
So that.
Okay,
Again, I was not looking at this. But when I made those comments. So.
and then your last comment is, please note that if future development is proposed, the sites will need to be evaluated for potential wetland and archaeological land impacts, approvals and or permits through the NYSDEC and NYSHPO may be required.
Yeah, there are, it does trigger for New York State and archaeological activity because there's no proposed development with the site. I don't feel that.
Right.
You necessarily need to coordinate with those agencies at that time, but just a reminder that if subsequent development does occur. that
Which
may
we
be
can make that a condition, but it's,
Yeah.
I think they wouldn't,
Bringing that to your attention.
That would be
okay.
a new application.
It would be a whole new application for
Absolutely.
development.
Yeah.
I mean, is that the intent in eventually with
I
these?
think it might be setting up for a sale potentially, because obviously this is the larger parcel. And just setting up for future sale, but the owner didn't really express any desire for any development on the property.
Okay. Mac, you got questions?
Thank you for updating that with the color code. That's wonderful. I get that you probably don't know the answer to it, but what is the benefit or the positive of that change?
I think it just creates more land. I mean, the common owner owns all 3 properties, so it just creates a larger parcel for them. And I don't know their end intent with that, but it just makes their parcel a little bit bigger.
Thank you.
Same question I had. That was it. It's like- Seems like a lot of work for.
You have a question? You want to come?
Sorry.
How come I'm the only one using the mic?
Bring it to you.
We can bring it to you.
I got bored, so I had back surgery 2 weeks ago.
Oh, dear.
I'm Larry Quinlan, by the way, AKA Dr. Q. Been a member of the Rush community for 4 decades. And living right in this area. I'm wondering, is that outline the Hughes property? It is, okay, I didn't realize it. Cause I actually live across the street. On telephone and I met the Hughes when they built their house. So we were just curious about, and our neighbors were curious about what this is all about, because we did see the flags being put in the lawn and wondering, okay, what? So at this point, there's no plan on any development. It's just a change in those lot lines that I'm asking, I guess I'm asking you.
That's correct. As
Yeah.
far as we've been made aware, there's no.
Just in those three, yeah. For those 2, sorry, okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Carl, I didn't mean to ignore you before I moved on. Did you have any comments?
I have a couple questions as far as now, is it parcel 1? I don't have the updated map in front of me, but parcel 1, is that the smaller parcel? It's kind of right in the center of the whole thing.
Parcel 1's on the very south end, so. from-
Okay, so parcel 2 then. So the size is still, it meets the size requirement to center line, is that correct?
That's correct. And I believe I coordinated with Marjorie on that.
Okay.
Part.
There was also, if I recall, there was an easement through that parcel to get to the shed or the barn.
It's between the two originally.
That's correct. Yeah, there's an access easement over the driveway to get to the shed.
Okay, is that easement going to stay in force?
Yes, it's proposed to remain on lot number 2, so it will still remain.
Because I'm thinking about, and I know they still own the parcel. The Hughes, you said they own all 3 parcels.
Yes.
So I'm just thinking, what if that parcel gets sold to someone else? I guess the question is in that, will that easement be still need to be, will that be detrimental to the sale of the parcel? Or is that something that will continue? I guess it all depends on whoever buys it. I'm just asking Kevin, I guess. Is that how that works?
Yes, I mean, it's gonna depend on the new owner of the property, but it is a recorded access easement, so it is of record, so that it will survive the transfer of title.
Okay.
So whoever buys that property is buying that property is subject to that access easement going from Telegraph to the remainder of the lot.
Okay, so I mean, the smaller parcel size, even though it conforms, and the easement to me, are just something that will need to be could be some contention down the road. But I just want to make a note of that. That it just make sure everyone's aware that there could be some issues. If that parcel was to be sold. That's all. Just a comment. Nothing against or that would hold up anything. It was just making note of that issue.
All right, thanks, Carl. Marjorie, I'm looking through my pile. Do I have the Conservation Board on this one?
Yes. Should. Yeah, there you go.
See, this is what happens to me. I
Oh, yeah. Well, my desk is like, go ahead.
all right.
Got it.
I think we've heard. Is there anybody else with any other comments? So I think right now we're just going to read through the Conservation Board resolution for this and what any possible concerns they may have. I'm going to reiterate the same thing with this, that our
Previous project.
We're waiting for the Monroe County
Planning and development.
Planning.
to provide their recommendations as to this.
Thank you.
Yes.
This board can't take action.
We cannot take action tonight on this, so this will be one that will get tabled until the comment period will end April 3rd.
We'll keep the public hearing open and allow for written comments until April 3rd. So that'll elapse the 30-day window for the county.
That being said, we have a resolution from the Conservation Board, Resolution 2025 3P Costage Engineering on motion of Deputy Chairwoman Liederman, second by Member Hoke. The following resolution was approved 4 ayes, 0 nays. 1 was excused. Resolved, the application was reviewed by the board and they approved the project with the following questions, comments. Applicant provides contradictory answers to questions regarding water bodies and archaeological or historic sites. Applicant incorrectly states on addendum that there are no environmentally sensitive features. Is that in the application on the short environmental form?
There's environmental addendum as part of the application package, I think it's what they're
Referring to?
Yes.
Yeah, so if environmental, the features in the environmental addendum says no wetland. No archaeological or historic sites, however, the short EAF summary sheet does. Trigger for both, so. Yeah, so the environmental, the summary report does say. For 12B, yes, archaeological sites are present and actually in 12B. Probably not populated, but they do stay. Yeah, on the short EAF, but they're just citing the inconsistency.
So should that be updated then?
Sure, the environmental.
Y-
Environmental addendum. For the application.
You're talking about the one that comes with the application.
Yes, should be updated. Check yes, wetlands and yes, archaeological and historic sites, so as to be consistent with the majority of it. But again, as I said in my comments, like, yeah, that's fine, it can be updated, and I guess maybe it is the best practice as far as that.
Oh, right, it'll match what,
Yes.
with the short
Yeah,
environmental
it'll
assessment.
maintain consistency, and as far as like actual impacts to those.
You'll be able to
environmental
update that.
Yeah, I can send that into Margaret tomorrow. I think the intent was that there's no proposed impacts.
Right.
to those.
I,
Yeah, there's going.
a lot line adjustment should not have a detrimental effect to,
No.
is
no.
what they're saying. But then they have not marked it off on the, which way should it go?
I think the mapper automatically triggers the
It does.
answer
It-
based on like a
I-
GIS map.
It says you're in,
This area, maybe, or as further investigation, I'll update, the town application.
and then just as probably a condition, we can just make sure we note that if for future development, correct? Even though it's stating the obvious.
And-
Where's Carl? Carl's usually the one that tells me, Karen, you're stating the obvious.
But, and again, they're gonna have to come back with a new project that's then there'll be a deeper dive into these issues.
Right, I get that.
Right.
Yeah,
So for this, I think it should be consistent between the short form EAF and the application, information, just for housekeeping purposes for this application.
The
So-
instruction on the environmental addendum says indicate whether any of the following environmentally sensitive features are present on the property supposed to be subdivided or developed, not
So it-
impacted, but just.
just so if they're there, you say yes.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it's not whether or not they'll be impacted, it's whether or not they exist.
but we do not feel that a lot line adjustment has any detrimental effect.
No, and you'll make that determination.
Right.
Relative distance.
I know, applicant should resubmit corrected, so. Well, thank you, then we'll be good for it, right? Thank you, now I get it, it's on my thing.
Here once.
Sorry.
Oh, okay, I'm not gonna make you get up because you, I don't.
Question would be, I think, the one that I'm hearing is that, if the lot line between 1 and 2, oh, wait, which one's one?
The bottom two.
Yeah.
bottom, okay. If that angled red line is closed to the green, that opens it up between the two. And the concern would be that there would be a road construction to come back in, there were going to be buildings in the back behind that. Now that would have to be another proposal.
That would be a whole separate site
Application.
application and development. Would it would have to go through a whole different process. I mean, does it leave the door open for them for that?
Sure,
Yeah,
it's not part of the deal.
correct. All right, so we're good. You'll modify that form. And as I noted, we can't make a final determination until next month. So I make a motion to continue the public hearing
For written comment until April 3rd.
third. And with final determination made on the April 22nd, 2025 planning board meeting. Make a second.
I'll second that.
Thank you.
Okay, Deputy Chairman Ast,
Aye.
Member Moise.
Aye.
Member Wilcott.
Aye.
And Chairperson Brown.
Aye.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, now we have, under new business, it's kind of new old business. We have the 2025 4P Kirk's site plan application. Matt, I guess, I don't know if you've reviewed, you're looking at that new application.
So, the developer's engineer called me, basically to say that they were ready to proceed with the application that was rescinded in August, I believe. MRB had issued a comment letter on that original application. The new application has been submitted, basically addressing that initial comment letter. I'm in the process of reviewing the updated application submission. My understanding that that will make an agenda regular business to April meeting.
Yeah.
And essentially, this is a new application.
Correct.
Rescinded it, however, did agree that they were gonna waive the application fee because they were just. It was rescinded with the understanding that they were just going to reapply and.
Correct.
Yes.
Right around
Right.
now and. But.
Yeah.
Yep. So. I don't. So.
So they ha-
everything- Go ahead.
Go ahead, Karen. I won't, no, go ahead. I'll wait. I'll wait too.
No, no, basically what I was saying is that we have everything that is already been, you know, we've received from like the fire commissioner and the conservation board.
And Monroe County Development.
And Monroe County Development, so,
Original or the new one,
or do we need them?
but because we got an updated
Yeah.
application.
We probably have
We
to,
should get a new one.
Oh, we do?
Yeah. Because again, it's, they rescinded the application, so it's effectively as though we're starting again.
Okay,
Even though we didn't really, I guess we did the undertaking to initial review, but again, because they rescinded it, that application's gone and now it's coming back and we're looking at it. and-
okay, so if we do the Monroe County, we're gonna be in the same spot we were in with these other two.
that won't be good.
So we just don't put it on for April. We don't do the public hearing for April.
I've already told him that
Mm.
he got it in by the 10th, so.
We can hold the public hearing, but you just can't take action.
Or
Well, that was
Yeah.
the problem with the
You're,
first.
you're assuming you're not going to hear from the Monroe County. If you get a response from Monroe County before April meeting, you're fine.
Right.
But so what you do, yeah, and so,
But
but you
the-
can submit a referral. And
Okay.
just tell them
Alright.
that, you know, we have an application, understood that you're allowed 30 days to review this, but we have. Let's say the meeting, wait, that.
Second.
22nd.
We have a
It's
meeting on
early.
the 22nd, so. No one, that
It's
you're only
22nd.
having 24 days and not the
30.
legally given 30 days for 239M, if you kindly request that they have their responses in by then. As a former county planning director, I got that response.
I've already asked before and it was not, it was not
Not well received.
received at all.
It was
So-
received, it was the.
So,
Yes,
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
so Marjorie, what I'm gonna say is, let's just do it.
Okay.
And,
we'll do it tomorrow.
and see if we get a response from them,
Okay,
and then,
If you get a response, just, you're.
so
that.
it is considered a new application, but it was the old application updated.
You can also state that, say that this application.
So I could
And
put
previously
the old
approved.
referral number
Even
in.
Yes, you could.
Even
certainly-
attach their
yeah.
response.
All right,
and Say no
okay.
material changes that
Right.
resulted.
Right.
From this reapplication.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Just that we extended and reapplied for at a later date. They've already reviewed it.
It might help them. expedite
might-
the review.
Yeah. For sure.
All right,
That would be my recommendation,
okay.
again, as a person.
I just,
without the receiving end of the request off.
I just know that the whole purpose of the issue prior was because it didn't get resolved at the first meeting. So,
Well,
Do our best.
all right,
I think if we let them know and not be the last minute.
yeah, I'll submit it.
So that's the thing.
Okay,
But I'm just saying, we'll keep Kirk's Spite applicants current with what's going on.
meaning,
We'll let him know, like, well,
But-
if we get to a couple days before the hearing,
it's coming tomorrow. So.
Okay,
Yeah, let them know that there's a chance that you would not have county comments and therefore it would be illegal for the board to take action on the application at April's meeting.
Okay,
But that you've been in contact or you're in contact, even, doing it and do expedite the review of this application, given that they've already reviewed
okay.
and everything else that I control.
I think if I gotta say it out, I think the reason they were less pleased last time is because it was last minute, was that night. I'm saying that if we have a conversation with them, what's going on and what we need to do for all our procedures. That's. Okay,
and it's out of our control, so I mean,
Right.
but again, the communication.
okay,
Also, not a lot has changed and they already wrote their comments, so you would hope they would just pull the comment document out and just update it, or
Oh, right.
redate it.
redate it for this year. That's,
Yeah.
Put a new number on it if they need a new number and a date and spell it.
I mean, we're talking within days here, so it was.
right. So, okay, so then let me ask a question. Do we need to go back to the conservation board and the fire marshals also?
I would just let them know, the same thing, that they've rescinded their application. It's a new application. It's in substantially the same form as the prior version. If you want to take a look at it and let us know if there's any changes to your letters. The letter from the fire marshal and then the approval from the conservation.
Okay.
Again,
When does the
it's-
conservation board meet?
It is the 10th. So, yeah, I don't think we usually, I don't know, we usually do have, I think, comments from Monroe County Planning by then too, most of the time, but,
Okay,
so,
all right.
but it's not obviously,
They can still.
mandatory that, yeah.
All right. I think we'll be all right. I'm gonna be positive. We're good. You can't go wrong for doing the right thing, so. That's where we are. Carl, did you have anything on the Kirk Spite? Or no?
All I was gonna say is that the revision blocks on the two drawings that I'm looking at, the site plan and the details drawings, supposedly reflect that they incorporated comments from the planning board as well as the engineer. So if
Right.
that is true, then we've got a good set of plans. It just really I'm not sure whether they're doing public water, well water, or and it's not clear where the electric's coming from, but that's those are the things that I noticed.
Okay.
Public water out front.
But he's got two well proposals on the site, so he's kind of keeping his options open for some reason.
Anybody else have any other comments? Any other business to come before the board?
Just the minutes.
Minutes.
Oh, the minutes, Carl. You know, I'm
I
sorry.
I wouldn't have let you forget that.
I know, you know what? I know you wouldn't have let me forget, and I appreciate that, really, I do, so. Okay. And are there comments on the minutes?
As a matter of fact,
I know.
well, let me just grab, I'm working from two computers over here. So I sent, actually, I emailed a copy of my suggested revisions to Marjorie, updating the document. So you'll find that in your inbox. But basically, I just had comments on the Sarah Ellison informal review, bottom page 1, first bullet. And instead of saying obstructing the property line, I would propose that it says due to a detached garage that creates a conflict with the proposed property line for the new subdivision. So that was one suggestion. And then in the second bullet, she also, and I would put discussed in past tense to be consistent with the other notes. So she also discussed several alternatives of subdividing the property for another single family home and eliminate the word possibilities. And then
What I'm looking at, what you sent is with your revisions in there.
yes, it should be in there. I put the track changes on. I'm hoping that came through on the document. It did not.
Sometimes depending on the computer settings, when you receive an email that has track changes, it ends up scrubbing them, so it comes in as a clean document.
That's what it looks like. It looks like revisions
All right.
made.
I'll have to resend that then. Probably I'll take screenshots and just send a screenshot.
The other thing you can do is when you have the track changes open on your computer, if there is a option to convert it to a PDF, the track
Okay.
changes go in that PDF when you send it along.
All right.
I've had to do that several times and couldn't figure out what the heck was going on.
Okay. Do you want to see that now, or after the meeting? I can put that into Marjorie.
Well, I can see your change. I mean, I can compare what's in the minutes to what you wrote.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep. So I guess if you know, and the last one I had was an addition to on page 2.
First bullet.
Yeah, first bullet. And in essence, it was just a new parcel to conform to the property, new parcel to conform to property standards, and the remaining parcel with the existing house would request a variance for non-conformance. That was and I predicated that with it was a suggestion. So that was I just wanted to add that to the note, just saying that, you know, we kind of gave them guidance. I'm hoping that was guidance for them on a course of action that they could pursue. But I'll wrote it up differently. I don't have that document and that part of it in front of me. I'm going from my notes that
I know we talked about a lot of different options that night, Carl. So I think what you're trying to do is capture all the discussions and all the different things that we were providing to her that night.
Yeah.
But
So
she had come up with her own idea that might work. Because we can't tell her which way to go.
correct.
All right. So Marjorie, did you get his email with?
I
the-
might have, I certainly. checked for-
Okay. So any other where'd you go? Any
Over
comments-
here.
Any other comments on the minute?
Nope, nope,
Okay.
that's it for me. Thank you.
So I'm gonna make a motion to approve the minutes as noted,
As modified, yeah.
as modified.
I'll second.
Okay. All right, Deputy Chairman asked,
Aye.
Member Moise,
Aye.
Member Wolcott,
Abstain.
oh,
I
abstain.
gotta abstain, I wasn't
Yep.
here.
And Chairperson Brown.
Aye. All right. The minutes have been approved as amended. Is there any other business to come before the board? Carl, you got anything?
No, nope, I'm good.
That's good. We're just glad to see your smiling face. So.
Yeah.
Anything else? No? Make a motion to close, adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
I will
Great.
second that.
Okay. Deputy Chairman asked,
Aye.
Member Moise,
Aye.
Member Wolcott,
Aye.
and Chairperson Brown.
Aye.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Carl.
Well.
See ya.